Here I am. Alright. I know we've been gone for a couple days. You know, on the Monday Night Raw review, I said I was getting sick.
Yes.
But that wasn't it.
No, I got horribly, deathly ill and had to go to the emergency room. And have just now recovered, so that is why there have been no John Morrison update videos or no pay-per-view prediction videos until just now.
But you're okay now.
I was very ill. But I'm okay now.
I'm still having a bunch of allergy problems.
You were having allergy problems.
I'm not sick.
But you didn't have to go to the hospital.
I did. I had to take you.
Well, that's true. But that was a not fun experience. But so now we're back.
We're going to do the pay-per-view. I don't like to call this the predictions. I like to call it, I forgot. But I like to talk about it, scenarios. I like to give the scenarios.
Oh, okay.
Because predictions are just kind of lame.
They are?
Yeah, I mean, he will win, he will win. I think that's lame.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I want to get some reason. Get some insight into this. Is that okay with you?
That's fine with me.
This is Night of Champions. All the titles are going to be on the line. But we won't see any hardcore title. No light heavyweight, no cruiserweight, no European, no ECW, no WCW. Because all those titles have been defunct or they have been consolidated. Now here's a title that's been defunct and consolidated and undefunct and unconsolidated. The Intercontinental Championship, my favorite championship that has ever existed, and thank you WWE for not changing the design since 1990.
It is a pretty belt.
Yeah.
It's a pretty belt.
Back in the day, as a wee lad, I wanted to aspire to become Intercontinental Champion because I thought it was so awesome. Okay. I'm just saying. So
now we have
Intercontinental Champion Cody Rhodes versus Ted DiBiase, a match that got put together at the very last minute, so it was very close to the Intercontinental Championship not even getting on the pay-per-view. How lame is that?
Pretty lame.
But Cody Rhodes, a guy that I think is awesome, he has a bright future.
I think he's lame.
Even though he's small, see, I can like people who are small and don't wear knee pads. Why do you think he's lame? A lot of people on the internet think he's lame. I don't really get that.
I don't know. I just think he's lame.
I think
his gimmick is stupid.
You know, I think
I liked him okay before he started that stupid face mask thing.
You know, I think in the future I could make a video that could prove to you and to all the viewers that Cody Rhodes is awesome.
Okay, and actually, well, before that, though, I really didn't like him because he was like the dashing Cody Rhodes, and he's not that good looking. He's okay at best. So.
He did marry me, and I am extravagantly awesome, and I don't look like him, so, I mean, I got muscles, you know, and
that was really off the wall.
I'm just saying. I don't, you know.
Anyways, moving on. It's
Ted DiBiase. Who
do you think's gonna win?
Who do I think is gonna win?
I think it's gonna be Cody Rhodes because they're pushing him.
Yeah, and I mean Ted DiBiase, he hasn't really done a lot.
Very little.
I like Cody Rhodes' gimmick. Like I say, he's been kind of doing weird things. I mean, he was fighting Randy Orton on Raw, right?
Yeah.
I really don't know where this is going to go. Obviously, he's got to lose the belt at some time, and he's been having this problem with Ted DiBiase. Ted DiBiase was with Cody Rhodes. He was with him, then he wasn't with him, then he was with him in this gimmick, and he was giving out bags for people. So I would say I would probably like it to go to Ted DiBiase, beat some sense into the little dude so he can feel good without his mask and everything. Okay. Really, I don't really care with it because the build was so non-existent. Yeah. It's hard for me to care. The next match is Dolph Ziggler as the champion, the United States champion, title that came from WCW. Jack Swagger, Alex Riley, John Morrison, all in a match together. Anyone can win the title. Now, Dolph Ziggler's had lots of history with John Morrison, but that's not what this build is about.
I think I would like John Morrison to win, but I think
that ain't happening.
It's not going to happen. I think that Dolph will probably win.
Dolph is the champion, has been the champion, and he's been having all these problems with Jack Swagger, Vicky Guerrero's thrown in there. I don't want Jack Swagger to win. No. But I could see him winning. Swagger. But we got to look at the possibility of Alex Riley winning, and then that causing the direction to be placed elsewhere.
I don't know.
Because if it just stays with Dolph or just stays with Jack, it's a possibility that the storyline will be unchanged, go into another pay-per-view with the same old crap. Totally boring.
I think that's what they're going to do, though.
I would like to see him switch gears. I hope that they switch gears. So I think
Dolph's going to keep the
I'm going to put it on Alex. I know I've been putting I've been got a lot of praise on Alex recently, but I think he needs to do something. If anyone's gonna come out of this match doing something, I want it to be him. Dolph is awesome too. I would have liked Dolph and John Morrison to fight each other, but probably not gonna happen. Next, we got the Tag Team Championships. Air Boom, The Miz, and R-Truth. Flat out, I gotta say, it's gotta be Air Boom. I mean, they could put it on Miz, they could put it on R-Truth, but I think all that would do is just make them go back and forth.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gotta be Air Boom.
Yeah, okay. Kelly, Beth Phoenix.
I hope Beth Phoenix wins.
I know we're putting a lot of title changes on the line here, but yeah, I hope it's Beth Phoenix. The only other thing they can do is build up Kelly to be more of a face, and then have Beth Phoenix.
They're trying to really push the Divas of Doom now, so I think that.
I mean, this could put more fuel on the fire, but I think we've had enough. I mean, we've seen enough. It's time.
I think what's actually going to happen is that Beth Phoenix is going to beat Kelly, and she's going to almost kill her. You know, beat her up really bad to make Beth Phoenix a really bad guy.
Yeah.
That's what I think could happen.
And we got to think about the interference of possibly.
And I'm thinking Natalya
could come in, and then Eve might help.
Start a 2-on-2 beat down, and then that whole thing might happen.
But this isn't a no disqualification match, so there'd have to be some shady stuff behind the referee.
I'm thinking post-match beatdown.
Post-match beatdown, very possible. It's pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Randy Orton versus Mark Henry. Randy Orton is the champion. I would say, if it was me, I would have Mark Henry win, even though I don't want him to win. So he could go on and be the bad guy with the championship, give Randy Orton a real good reason to come back and fight him. Lots of title changes I'm putting out here, but I'm just saying, Randy Orton's been champion a long time, Mark Henry's been in this storyline forever. It's time for him to do something, or just go home. It's my perspective.
Okay, I don't care about either of those.
Or they could go to Hell in a Cell next pay-per-view, and then he can really get mad. I really don't care about this match at all. That's all I'm saying. Now we got the money match. The main reason that anyone's going to buy this pay-per-view, no doubt, CM Punk, Triple H, no disqualification match. If CM Punk wins, Triple H has to relieve himself of the COO spot.
He has to relieve himself?
He does have to relieve himself.
I think on this one, we've talked a lot about this, so we won't go into huge detail, but I think on this one, I think that Punk has got to win because he's too high right now. And I think that Triple H is either going to throw a big fit and not be released as COO, have some kind of thing, some kind of loophole that he thought of, or that Laryngitis is going to take over as COO and have a bigger role.
Well,
he's kind of been there a lot.
If somebody says the COO, it's going to be Stephanie. Now, John Laurinaitis, he's put into this storyline. Now, this is the thing. It's a no disqualification match. So, we have a possibility. Now, these range from very unlikely to highly likely. We have, well, not in that order, but you can figure it out. You got X-Pac. He could be coming. He said he's working for the company again. You got Shawn Michaels, who was at the WWE headquarters yesterday. And then we have Kevin Nash.
I mean, or I think it could be possible.
It's a no disqualification match.
It could be possible that Triple H would win and win dirty by having 8 guys come and help and beat up CM Punk.
But okay, Triple H is a huge muscular man versus CM Punk, who is not as big, and he's a good wrestler, and that's what they're selling this on. He's a great wrestler. He can out-wrestle Triple H. So the fact that they'd have to get so many people out there to help Triple H seems ridiculous, but plausible. The only other thing I could possibly say about this match is that we said that Triple H didn't look so angry on the Monday Night Raw. The one before this. Now, what I'm thinking is maybe he's going to go...
You said that.
Okay, I said that. Maybe he's going to be going into this match not so mad. He's going to wrestle like he normally does. Start out the match very grappling based. And as the match continues and Triple H keeps getting upset that he cannot beat the much younger, the much better wrestler in CM Punk as they're pushing this as, then he starts going a little crazy. He starts letting the hair down, you know what I mean, so to speak. He starts bringing out the sledgehammer. It is a no disqualification match.
I don't think the sledgehammer's going to come out.
Oh, I think it will.
I don't think it will.
And I think that's how the match is going to go down. I would still say CM Punk would win, unless you have all those guys coming out.
I'm saying there's 2 possibilities. Number 1, CM Punk wins. Number 2, Triple H wins. Okay, so number 1, CM Punk wins, and either Laryngitis or Stephanie comes in as the new COO. I think more likely Laryngitis. He thinks more likely Stephanie. or that Triple H wins, but only because Shawn Michaels and everybody else in the world comes back and beats him down.
Well, I'm not saying everybody comes back, but at least one person.
Yeah.
Okay. We can't overbook this pay-per-view. Now we got the main event, which is Del Rio as the champion and Cena.
I think Del Rio is going to retain the championship.
There's no reason for Cena to win the belt because The Rock is going to be coming out pretty soon. He needs to remove himself from that. We need to put someone back in the main event besides Cena. Cena is so stale. He needs to move on, do the Rock thing. Well, it sounded weird.
Yeah, it did.
And he needs to have a solid thing with the Rock, you know what I mean? And go into his whole WrestleMania storyline.
Yeah, he needs to let go of the championship. There's no purpose for him having the championship. Somebody else needs to be the championship contender. So I think that Del Rio will retain the belt, and then they'll start maybe grooming someone else. Maybe the winner of that earlier match.
Maybe someone out of the Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, Alex Riley, John Morrison match can move into the main event. Because it ain't going to be CM Punk. He's stuck with Triple H.
If they did that, then it would have to be a face, which would imply that Alex Riley would win that match. If they decided to go that direction.
Which is a stretch, but in 2011, how many crazy things have we seen? I mean, from Booker T and Nash coming back, the Royal Rumble, things at WrestleMania, the pushes that we've seen, the rise of CM Punk, and the fall of so many superstars like Edge and other people who have had to retire and move on. It's been a crazy year. So, Night of Champions gonna be awesome. That's all I gotta say. So let's end the video now.